This is Changeling the Podcast.
Welcome to Changeling the Podcast. Come for the glamour, stay for the vibes. I'm your host, Josh, and with us is your other host, Puka. Say hi, Puka. What are we talking about today, Puka?
Oh, just the state of the podcast. Summer 2024.
Yay!
A mini-sode to check in with our listeners and tell you about some of what's been going on, some news, some of what's to come.
Yeah, so we're almost through C20.
I know.
And there'll be no more official books.
It's so short.
Okay, so we have until January, February, something like that, for somehow a new edition of Changeling the Dream to come out that we actually like and get published. That can happen.
I'm not holding my breath, but
yeah.
But yeah, we still have the player's guide to get through, and that will be a 3-episode endeavor. And then just a bunch of other stuff for the rest of the season when we reconvene after the summer hiatus.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a list somewhere. Hang on. So yes, we have a couple Storytellers Vault supplements that we are aware of that are in progress that we would like to showcase. We'll be talking about a few different themes for games that you can run, talking about video game inspirations and sci-fi in Changeling, running games online. There's a bunch of stuff. So even though we're not going to be doing book dives after the player's guide, probably, hopefully it'll still keep people interested.
Yeah, and I think the podcast is doing well in terms of listenership and stuff. It's definitely we got our YouTube channel going. Beginning of last season. We have an interesting 30% of our views come from subscribers, which is actually really high.
Oh wow!
For that. We have in total like 148 subscribers or something.
Thanks.
That's just still pretty small, but
thanks, subscribers.
If we ever get to 1,000, that means like we start getting ad money.
Tell your friends.
Yes, tell your friends. Subscribe, like and subscribe. And if you're listening to us right now on YouTube, like and subscribe.
Yes,
especially subscribe. And I think with the whole listener thing, it also means it's more happening organically than YouTube showing it to people. So,
what's the thing that you do on YouTube? Is it you ring the bell?
Ring the bell. Click the bell, so you'll get all notifications and new episodes.
Nice.
As soon as they drop.
I'm looking at some of the data from the the first half of the season, and I don't know what to read into the fact that our day with the most, I think, non-YouTube listens was 420. More power to you, listeners. Followed closely by the Roundtable on April 15th.
What's our most listened to on YouTube? Oh yeah, the most by far on YouTube, at least. I'm on YouTube. You're looking at the other stuff. Is the intro to Changeling the Dreaming.
Yeah.
But catching up is intro to C20. The surprising thing that's got a lot of attention, though. Let me see here.
Is it War on Concordia? Because that is the most popular one on the non-YouTube side.
No. The most popular... Okay, so by far... Okay, the most popular is Intro to Changeling Dreaming, Episode 1. The second most, with more than half as many views, is Neurodiversity and Ableism.
Ah, okay.
And then Dark Ages Fae. And then after that's the Changeling C20 walkthrough. But the Changeling C20 walkthrough is newer than all the other ones, so...
Right on.
It's catching up. And then it's like down to Hunter, Mummy, Demon...
The recent ones. The first half of this season. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah, but that's like out of all time. So that's, I think people want the walkthroughs, and then they want more on neurodiversity and ableism or whatever. I really don't know what in particular, but if you let us know, if you listened to that and liked it.
Yeah. I mean, we always welcome feedback and input from our listeners. Those links that we rattle off at the end of every episode are not just for our enumeration. Yeah. Also, for anyone who is watching/listening on YouTube, by the time that this minisode is released, we should have on our page a few playlists of episodes that you can go through and listen to. So there will be like here are the set of episodes for just getting interested in C20. Maybe there will be a playlist for the Kith books. There's one for crossover. So if you have like particular interests, we're going to try and make sort of tailored sets of older episodes that you can go through. Moving with the times.
Yeah.
So other things, I know that I talk about this one a lot, but I'm going to talk about it again. For next season, we are gearing up for the Changeling 30th anniversary celebration. Yay! And as part of that, we will be releasing a slate of books over the course of 2025. You can find out more at changeling30.com. It's just kind of a redirect to our podcast page, but it gives the information about what we're working on. I fully admit that I've been swamped for the last few months, but as summer is approaching and I've got some downtime ahead of me, I'm hoping to dive headlong back into that project. Good times. And of course, we welcome people with input or ways they want to help out, etc. All the information is at that site. So let's assume that there is not going to be another edition by January.
And then they start pumping out lots of books. Yeah, okay. Like the plans for the future. I mean, we want to do more interviews, I want to do more Storyteller Vault reviews of Changeling books. I think that there's a lot out there, and we can talk about even some things by Puka. But also, like, those other topics, like there's a lot of Changeling associated, how to run games, but also aspects of the setting or how it relates to things, or
I know you're not less interested in this, but I would like to do the deep reads of Changeling the Lost as a side thing, and then we can silo them into a separate set of videos, but that's an option. Some folks have suggested that we organize an actual play, so that's on the table as a possibility, but we'd have to talk about the logistics around that.
Yeah, just finding the recording time alone.
Yeah. As the C30 books come out, I'm sure we'll have episodes we can talk about that.
I think other things like how to incorporate non-World of Darkness things into not just Lost into your Changeling games could be, especially other Fae games or other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got a list of like Changeling adjacent RPGs that we could conceivably talk about a bit.
Yep.
For people who want to branch out.
Yep. I mean, the other role playing game I really love is Nobilis. I want to try to work that in, but
get the youths, get them playing Nobilis.
That's getting the get the youth playing this, not getting the youth. That's not.
No.
Last edition came out in 2011, so
maybe if you did like Nobilis talk, you could drum up some Moran talk.
Yeah, I mean, we did do another book of hers, Exalted the Fair Folk, but
yeah, that's the other thing, is that we have a lot of ideas that we just haven't gotten to. Because if you aren't on our Discord, do stop by our Discord, because that's where a lot of the planning and chatter happens. And there are sometimes polls about what should we do next. And I think for every poll we've done, there's at least like a couple options that just didn't get enough votes for that time around. But it's like, we could go back and do all of those ideas.
Yeah, we really could have just published one book episode a year and then everything else. But
there would have to be a new edition by the end of that, right?
Assuming we're still around by the end of that.
Oh. Speak for yourself.
Yep.
Anyway, so I guess once again, thanks everybody for putting up with us for these last, what will this be, 16 episodes for the first half of the season? And we will be bringing you at least a dozen more, maybe 13 more, whatever it takes to get to 100. That's the goal for the end of the year.
But then we'll do more next year and hopefully keep going.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this, I think.
Yeah. And I hope that everyone else is enjoying it too.
And again, thanks again to people supporting us on Patreon.
Yes.
It means, I wouldn't say it's a profitable podcast, but like the ongoing expenses are generally being funded by the Patreon.
So, hooray!
Yeah. Like hosting costs. So that's good. And that's another reason too on YouTube when you bring that up. It's like, listen to us whichever way you want. YouTube's nice if that takes off. It doesn't cost us more money. But
yay,
it's one of those options. But
and even if you're unable to contribute financially, we always welcome reviews and word of mouth.
Yeah, if you could just subscribe to our YouTube channel, even if you don't use YouTube,
does wonders.
Yep.
Anyway, state of the podcast Midsummer complete.
Yeah. right? Because we don't do our outro.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you want to do more of an outro, you can.
Okay, but yeah. But again, to reach out to us, though, maybe we'll just go through those things. So you can... The best way to talk to us is probably discord.me/CTP. Because we're both on the Discord a lot. Emails, we definitely get the emails. Podcast@changingthepodcast.com. Sometimes we're like, this feels formal and we're strange. You're a millennial too, right?
I have a pin that says queer millennial elder that I wear.
I'm a millennial by 10 days, damn it. Otherwise I'd be Gen X. Nice. So we also, those are probably the two best ways to just reach out to us that we'll definitely both see and be able to respond to. But you can definitely... Should I do all the other links?
I mean, the links will be in the show notes as usual, so
yeah,
check them out.
Episode. So yeah, we're off for our midsummer frolicking or something.
Or midwinter, as your hemisphere may be.
Yeah.
Later.